I am just trying to do a 5 minutes kind of recap for that, and then we'll answer that big question. Okay, although you all know the graphs, you all know most of the things now. Okay, listen. Now, A stands for number of units of raw materials to be purchased in 1 year. Q stands for number of units of raw materials to be purchased at one time. Your aim in this case is to be finding out the best value of Q. If A is 10,000, obviously for Q there are 10,000 options. You have to try to work out that particular option wherever your total cost will be least. So therefore, which cost are we trying to be talking of? So therefore, that led to first thing, that is cost per unit, that is purchase cost per unit. Entire year's purchase cost, that is nothing but total purchase cost per annum. Its formula will be what? Full year's purchase cost will be what into what, beta? A into CPU. Now this will be your full year's purchase cost. Okay, now this particular purchase cost that is there, this is full year's purchase cost. But then we had our assumption A is constant, CPU is constant. So therefore this cost is also constant. If there is any cost that is constant, then you ignore it here. Okay, next. CA stood for your ordering cost. Okay, your ordering cost is basically your transportation cost. Whenever you place one order, supplier will deliver that to you. Okay, those delivery charges, okay, whether he is incurring, then he will charge to you, or you are directly paying to the transporter, it will be your cost. Okay, so TCA is ordering cost per order. Usually that includes your transportation cost, can include your loading, unloading and inspection cost if any. Then in this particular case you are going to be having TCA. TCA stands for total ordering cost for 1 year, and its formula will be A upon Q into CA. Can you say A by Q stands for number of orders? No.
Yes, sir.
So therefore A by Q into CA. Now CA is constant. In any case A is also constant. So there is only one figure that you all can change on the right hand side. That's nothing but Q. So therefore, if you want to reduce this particular cost, then Q should be as, I'm asking you all, as high as possible. Okay, so this is your second type of cost that is there. Then you borrow money from the bank at the rate of I%. Then you have CI. CI is nothing but CPU into I. CI is nothing but CPU into I, and then we wanted TCI. For TCI in this particular case, I told you all something, but just before that, what do you mean by CI? CI stands for, but CI stands for, it is carrying cost per unit per annum. If you purchase 1 unit and keep it in your stock for 1 entire year, then in that particular case, that interest cost is nothing but your CI cost. Okay. Now, obviously, I want all the cost in totality. So therefore, TCI stands for total carrying cost for 1 year. You keep 1 unit with you for 1 entire year, its cost will be CI. Your total cost will depend upon how many units you keep in stock for 1 entire year. How many units you keep in stock in this particular case will be nothing but your stock. But then stock keeps on changing. If anything keeps on changing, then we should try to replace that particular figure by which figure? Average figure. So therefore, we thought that we want average stock. Now, the formula for average stock, we derived it. How did we derive it? Sir, we order Q units at one time, it becomes 0, assuming that this consumption takes place evenly. So therefore, average stock of this period will be Q by 2, next period will also be Q by 2. If average stock for every few days is Q by 2, then full year's average stock will also be Q by 2. Correct? No, we all have done this, right?
Yes.
Okay, now this is also your cost. Given a choice, I like to reduce this particular cost also. Now, CPU is constant, I is constant, hence CI is also constant, 2 is just a number. So therefore, in this particular case, let's try to reduce our cost over here. So therefore, in this particular case, TCI is equal to Q by 2 into CI. Bas, that's it. Okay, now, this cost and this cost are completely opposite cost. We can't try to reduce both of them at the same time. If you try to reduce this, then you will have to increase Q. If you increase Q, this particular cost will certainly fall, but then this cost will rise. Vice versa is also true. If you try to keep Q less, this cost will fall, okay, but then this cost will start to be rising. What is to be done? So then we thought, forget it, okay. We don't want to be minimizing TCA. We don't want to be minimizing TCI. Let's try to add them up. So therefore, when we add them, it gives us a new symbol called as T. What is T? That is TCA plus your TCI. One gentleman called by the name of Wilson. One more gentleman called by the name of Ford. Complete name was Ford Harris. Okay. Now both of them, they all try to be working out that can we get some formula out of it. For that, those guys made the graph first. Graph over here they plotted Q, over here they plotted T, and then the things look like this. Then they realize at this particular point, okay, T is going to be least. If T is going to be least, this particular Q should be the best value of Q, which is called as EOQ. And EOQ stands for Economic Order Quantity. Now see, the next thing. Now we all have finished till here yesterday, our next particular thing. Okay. But just before that, you all do one small thing. I guess yesterday, the last thing that you all had written was this part. You all had written was this, no?
Yes.
Okay, so do one thing. Make this graph, no? That's okay. It's there in your books, but once you all can make it. Make this graph. Now listen. Now this thing some people will be knowing because they are okay in maths, but that's okay. We don't require this complete thing. Now see. These guys now obviously wanted to find out a formula because it will not be possible for us to making a graph at each and every time. So therefore, what did they try to observe? They observed this particular thing that only at EOQ, and this thing only happens at EOQ and not at any other place. They realized that only at EOQ, no? Two costs exactly become same. Just a sec. Do I have those graphs that I have made yesterday? I don't know. So then they realized this particular thing that only at EOQ, two things exactly become same. Which are those two particular things? They realized TCA and TCI cost only become same only at one particular point, and that is nothing but EOQ. So therefore, if you see the graph over here, no? Okay, this is your graph of TCA. This is your graph of TCI. They realize this particular thing that only at EOQ, no, these two costs intersect each other. That is this particular thing. Okay. So we are exactly trying to be doing that particular thing only. Now, why at this point? Why at the point of EOQ only these two things will intersect? That is something that is not there as part of our portion. I say it does not even know about it. Okay, I can be proving it, but it is not required. Some people might be knowing those particular thing. In case of graphs, no, the least point will be the point of the intersection. Do some people know it?
Yes.
Okay, so in any particular case, we are not much interested in that. So just do remember that only at EOQ, two costs will exactly become same. And which are those two particular costs? TCA and TCI. These two costs will never ever be same at any other point of time. Okay, they will be only same at EOQ. We are trying to be using this as a conclusion to derive the formula of EOQ. So therefore, on the next line you all write down only at EOQ. Only at EOQ. Write down. TCA is equal to TCI. So formula of TCA is what, beta? A upon Q into CA. This will be equal to Q by 2 into CI. Can we say my aim of this entire thing is to be finding out best value of Q, no?
Yes, sir.
Can we say best value of Q is called as EOQ? Is that okay for everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I got to be finding out Q actually. So this thing, I'm shifting it to this particular side. So therefore, it will become Q square. And this thing you shift over here. So therefore, this will be 2ACA divided by CI. You all understood what I have done? I shifted this and this on this particular side. I shifted this Q on this particular side. Now, it's all done. So, write down Q is equal to square root of 2ACA upon CI. Now, some people know who are extremely good in maths. They are like Newtons, okay, of commerce stream. Those guys say, sir, we should write down plus minus over here, sir. That is whatever our professor had told. Correct, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but this is quantity, this is quantity, this is quantity. It cannot be plus and minus. So, don't write down those stupid things, okay? Now, so this is, if you ever compute Q like this, no? Then, can we say if you ever compute Q like this, then TCA will become equal to TCI? And that only happens at which particular point? EOQ. So therefore, from now onwards, this particular point will be called as point of EOQ. Therefore, you all can write down. Therefore, this is a formula for EOQ from now. EOQ is equal to square root of 2ACA upon CI. Now see. So, just try to think about their good work, which I really would like to be thinking, that with the help of only one single formula, which you all will start to realize will take 5 seconds on Calci to find out, they try to reduce your T. It is not a bad thing here. So ultimately, the money that we are going to be spending on our material is going to be falling. So therefore, it's good work done. Okay. This still remains one of the most popular theories. Although in future, when you reach till final CA, you will start to realize many other theories which are near to this. You have a theory called as just-in-time theory. You have a theory which is called as Kanban systems, okay, with just-in-time systems. But all those particular theories that come after this, okay, this still remains one of the most popular theories which is adopted worldwide, okay. Now, listen, now, the great work of this particular theory, I can just try to write down, say any number. Say that you were having a company. You took A as 10,000. Okay. You took CA as something. You took CI as something. Okay. And then you implemented this formula EOQ is equal to. Suppose answer in this case came to 500 units. What does this particular 500 units mean? It only means one thing. And what is that? If you want to place any quantity, if you want to place order for any quantity, you should order how many units at one time, boss?
500.
500. So, in your graph, no? In your graph, can you say this particular point will be nothing but 500 units, no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
And tell me, this is the best point because at this particular point, you tell me a symbol, which number, which symbol will be least? T will be least. Okay, T is your total inventory associated cost, means ordering cost plus your carrying cost. Okay, I'm all done. Now, now see, this thing makes sense to us. Okay, you want to order any quantity, you order 500 units. That'll be the best thing for you here. Okay, all done from my side. Okay, then further, listen. Now, how all these things are used in real life? Okay, listen. Now, this was suppose your company's data. Okay, the moment your EOQ came out, you called your supplier. Okay, and you told him, listen, I've just now learned the formula of EOQ. Supplier says, what I will do then? You tell him, see, I applied EOQ ka formula. He says, what do you want from me? I say, you listen first. I have applied EOQ ka formula and answer has come to 500 units. Supplier says, what do you want from me? You tell him, my EOQ formula says, supplier says, whatever anybody says, what do you want from me? Why have you called me? You tell him, my EOQ formula says that I have to order 500 units from you at one time. Supplier says, you want 500 units, I will supply, don't irritate, you keep down the phone. He says, no, you listen. If I will order 500 units from you at one time, my T will be least. Okay. Supplier says, I'm not interested in all that, I will send you 500 units. Okay. Now, however irritating this story could be, but then one thing for sure, theory makes sense. You should order how many units at one time? Speak again.
500.
Now, this was one thing. Now the second story starts. Okay, listen very carefully. I also had a factory next to your factory. I took my company's A, that was 20,000 units. I took my CA, I took my CI. Okay, I computed EOQ. EOQ came to 623.23 units. Okay, I called my supplier. I told him, listen, I have learned the formula of EOQ. Supplier says, you are the same guy who called a minute ago. I told, no, I am his neighbor. Okay, he told, okay. Now supplier knows what I am going to be telling him. So therefore supplier starts himself. What does your formula of EOQ tells you? I tell that my formula of EOQ tells me that I have to place an order for 623.23 units at one time. Supplier asks, what will happen with that? I say my T will be least. Okay. He says, you are such an idiot. Okay, whatever becomes least, I'm bullshit not interested. Okay, how do you expect me to give you 623.23 units? If I give you 0.23 units, who will bloody buy 0.77 units? You all understood what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Sometimes EOQ theories don't make sense also. Okay, so then what to do? Now this was a practical problem that started to come. And Wilson again had a press conference with those particular people. So people had started to say, sir, the formula that is coming is not possible. We cannot order this much amount of quantity. Then Wilson says, you all are bloody mad people. So everybody asked why. He told, my graph is giving you all the answers ever. Can we say in this new example, EOQ has come to 623.23 units. Do you yourself realize that this figure is not possible? I'm asking yes or no? Yes. So this graph has an answer. If you cannot order this quantity, try to remain closest to this quantity. If you will go far from here, can we say cost will start to be rising?
Yes.
Okay. So therefore, try to remain as close to EOQ as possible. That's it. Okay. So therefore, one important thing that never ever forget, if EOQ is not possible, try to remain closest to EOQ as much as possible. Is that all okay?
Yes.
So tell me the closest figure to this?
620.
623. So therefore I had brains. So therefore I told my supplier, sorry. Okay, I place an order for 623 units at one time. Please supply me 623 units. Supplier says, I'll bloody not supply you only. Okay, I asked why. He says, because I only supply in lots of hundreds. Okay, I only supply in lots of hundreds. So can we say even this particular figure is not possible?
Yes, sir.
So then we should order how many units, beta?
600.
600. That is all these things I come to know from this particular graph as such. If EOQ is not possible, speak the next line.
Closest.
Order the quantity which is nearest to EOQ. This will be of great use to you in some question that has been asked more than 8 to 9 times in exams. Okay, write down please. Write down. Practical application of EOQ. Write down. If EOQ is not possible, comma, order the quantity which is nearest to EOQ. Order the quantity which is nearest to EOQ. If you want some reference, you all can write down refer question number. Write down there, refer question number 11 and 12. Now see, so this particular part is also done. Okay, so what now remains is just one last thing and then we can start away with the questions. Listen. See, Tell me, what do you mean by T? Just I want to be knowing the words. What is meant by T?
Total association.
Total inventory, and that is comprising of two costs. Which two costs, beta? TCA and TCI. Okay, listen to me very carefully. T is equal to, don't write, TCA plus TCI. That is, T is equal to A by Q into CA plus Q by 2 into CI. Okay, listen. See. Now, some people, many out of you also can always be thinking, sir, what a fantastic theory. We were always thinking, sir, how much to purchase, how much to purchase. You apply one formula and suddenly you come to know, sir, this is the best quantity to be ordered. I say yes. This theory was one of the first theories in the world which catered to such kind of a thing. It laid the foundation for that companies should try to be thinking how much to purchase at one time. Okay. Now, but then do remember that EOQ might be the best option, but everybody might not go for the best option. Okay. If I tell you all that given a choice, now also you should study for 4 hours a day, that is the best option. You tell me, do you do that? No. Okay. So, some people might not be going for that. So, why I am trying to tell you, do not solve any question with a thinking in your mind, every company should follow EOQ. Or it is company's wish here. Yes, if we are asked an advice, we will advise the company to follow EOQ, but you cannot force a company, to follow EOQ. Example. Just a small example, a nonsense example, but still I'll give it. Suppose, like, with your textbooks, we start to come out with a scheme. I'll start to give you all notebooks also. Okay, I start to come out with a scheme like this. So, therefore, in this particular case, A. Suppose I thought for the year, I require 30,000 notebooks, okay, to be given to the students. So, therefore, I had to order 30,000 notebooks from my publisher. I computed CA, I computed CI, okay. I computed my EOQ. EOQ in this particular case came to 1000 notebooks, okay. Can I say if I order 1000 notebooks at one time, my T will be the least? Is that okay for everybody?
Yes.
Okay, because 1000 is my EOQ. But then I thought if I'll order 1000 at one time, can we say supplier will come to my class to deliver the notebooks 30 times in the year?
Yes.
He's such a rascal. I don't want to see his face once also. That too, it is my majburi that I purchase the books from him. Else he is a rascal of the highest order. Okay. So therefore, although EOQ is 1000, I think let me order all the 30,000 notebooks at one time only. You all will understand, if I order all the 30,000 notebooks at one time, I am technically over here. My T will be super high, no?
Yes.
Okay, but nothing goes off yours. I have enough amount of money and I want to be spending it. Okay, that's what I'm trying to be saying. You cannot force EOQ, no? You cannot tell a company, you have to follow the policy of EOQ. I don't want to be following. I will purchase all the books at one time only. Okay, it is our wish here. So, suppose there was some company who thought vice versa. I will always order as per EOQ only. Suppose there was some company who thought like this. I will always order as per EOQ only. So, listen now. This is universal formula of T. It will always apply to every situation. I am trying to simplify this formula further, assuming that company follows EOQ. Did you understand word or whatever I told?
Yes, sir.
One sec, you all tell me this. Is it must for any company to be following EOQ?
No.
Is it like accounting standard, you have to follow EOQ else it is wrong? No, it is our wish. We don't want to be ordering, okay, my cost will be high, I'll bear it here. Okay. So, I am trying to simplify this formula of T, assuming company follows EOQ. Is that line okay?
Yes, sir.
Means in reference to my example that company orders, if suppose this is an example, so I am trying to simplify the formula of T, assuming that company orders how many notebooks at one time? 1000. Everybody understood what I am trying to be doing further?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you all understand, then tell me this line. One of these two sentences is right, one is wrong. Tell me every EOQ is Q. Tell me the second line, every Q is EOQ. Tell me which line is correct, first or second? First is correct, no? Every EOQ is Q. Beta, every Q cannot be EOQ because there is only one EOQ, no?
Yes, sir.
So what I am doing now, listen. I am trying to simplify this formula, assuming that Q is equal to EOQ. Assuming that company follows EOQ. You all understood this? I cannot be writing assuming EOQ is equal to Q. In any case, every EOQ is Q, no, first.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
On this particular graph, can we say every value over here is a value of Q? No, but there is only one value of Q that qualifies at EOQ, and that is that particular value where T is least. You all understand or something?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so write down one line now. Simplification of the formula of T. Simplification of the formula of T, assuming Q is equal to EOQ. Assuming Q is equal to EOQ. Copy down these two lines, then we shall continue. Now listen, can we say if Q is equal to EOQ, then instead of Q, I can write down the words as EOQ, no?
yes, sir.
Okay, so continue. This is, now one thing, after all these things, nobody will say that, sir, I was not good in maths or something. Okay, I am doing simple, basic 7th standard maths. Everybody cleared their 7th standard with maths also?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so after this, please don't tell me in 11th and 12th I had not taken maths. Okay, thank you in advance. So, I'm combining both of them. I'm writing EOQ plus, I'm writing C by 2 separately over here into EOQ. Now, can you say instead of EOQ, we should write down the formula for EOQ? Today we did, that is the first job. EOQ's formula we have written over here, boss. So therefore, ACA divided by square root of 2A CA divided by CI plus CI upon 2 into square root of 2ACA upon CI. Now, T is equal to, now see, everybody will know this and everybody will be able to answer. You might have been taught this, I think so. Whenever there is a square root in the denominator, you will have to rationalize the denominator. You all have heard something like this in your entire life.
Yes, sir.
Now, rationalizing means I'll have to remove this. Okay, so remove this means this particular term I will multiply once in the numerator, once in the denominator. In denominator, square root will get multiplied and ultimately everything will get cancelled. Means the square root sign will go away from the denominator. Correct, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is what I am doing. So write down ACA divided by square root of 2ACA upon CI into square root of 2ACA upon CI divided by square root of 2ACA upon CI plus right hand side term. I'm leaving it like that only. One thing please, you never ever try to rationalize the numerator part please. Okay, you don't rationalize the numerator beta. If you try to rationalize this term, then the square root will again come in the denominator for your entire life. Then you will be doing that only, once up, once down. Correct? No, you only rationalize the numerator, the denominator. No. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Now listen. Now it happened in one batch way back in 2020. I was teaching. I reached till here. And my bad luck, I asked some student who was sleeping in the class what to do next. He immediately got up. He told, sir, I can see we should cancel this and we should cancel this. Okay. Idiot. So let's continue. Now, obviously in this case, you can't do that one.
Yes, sir.
Beta, we will reach back to the previous line. Okay, thank you. So you multiply these two things. You multiply these two things. So therefore, multiply. T is equal to ACA square root of 2ACA upon CI divided by square root will get cancelled. So what will be left? 2ACA upon CI plus this term will remain same only. What will get cancelled in the first term? ACA will get cancelled. So T is equal to, can you say denominator, when it will go in the numerator, it will become inverse, no?
Yes, sir.
So therefore first term will become Ci upon 2 into square root of 2ACA upon Ci plus this term I am copying only beta, Ci upon 2 square root of 2ACA upon Ci. Job done. Now somebody can always be thinking, sir, magic happened. First term and second term became identical, sir. I understand it is magic, but if you use your common sense, beta, they had to become same, no?
Yes.
Okay. Those people who have told yes, all of you all, how do you know they had to become same, beta?
TCI is equal.
Because at EOQ, TCA is equal to TCI and you are trying to simplify the formula of T when company follows EOQ. So beta, they had to become same, not a magic or something. Okay. So now write down T is equal to, I am taking this square root wala stuff common over here. So write down 2ACA upon CI square root into, can we say in bracket you will have Ci upon 2 plus Ci upon 2, no? So T is equal to, can you say half plus half will make it full, no? So therefore square root of 2ACA upon Ci into Ci. Lastly, T is equal to. Now, can you say this Ci is outside the bracket? If I take it inside the square root, sorry, this Ci is outside the square root. If I take it inside the square root, it will become Ci square, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so therefore 2ACA upon Ci into Ci square. One Ci and one Ci will get cancelled, beta. So T is equal to square root of 2ACA Ci. Done, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is your formula of T. Okay. Now you all do one thing. Write down 3 formulas. अपनों ने जो the 3 formulas that we all have learned, I'm just trying to list them. First, EOQ, square root of 2ACA upon CI. Second, T, that first formula, A by Q into CA plus Q by 2 into CI. And the formula that we learned right now, square root of 2ACA CI. Now see, I am just trying to discuss few situations just like that only. You will have to try to tell me which formula to apply. That's it. You can speak 1, 2 or 3. Okay, the numbers of the formulas. Okay. In question A is given to you. Okay. In the question C, A is given to you. In the question C, I is given to you. And now the required part. They tell you that find the quantity that the company should order every time so as to minimize inventory associated cost. Tell me, which formula will you apply?
Third.
Third. Second.
Fourth.
Okay. Again, I am repeating. Find the quantity. Actually, you should have answered by now only. Find the quantity that the firm should buy every time so as to minimize inventory associated cost. Order that quantity which will minimize inventory associated cost means what will minimize T. Tell me what minimizes T? EOQ. So therefore find your EOQ. So obviously in that particular case you apply this formula. Beta, this no does not give you quantity. T stands for cost. T stands for cost. It is your ordering cost plus carrying cost, no?
Yes.
So out of the 3, the moment I spoke this word also, no, find out the quantity, you should have told first only. Is that okay? Is that okay? Now I look like a very stupid person. Okay. But I am not. So I am not in this case. Now, I am not asking the questions in serial order. Okay. So listen now. Suppose we applied EOQ formula. Answer came as 1000 units. Okay. Company thought, let EOQ be 1000, forget it. We will order 5000 units at one time. Okay. So company has decided, I'm asking you, to follow EOQ or not to follow the EOQ? Not to follow. The question asks you, what will be T if company orders 5000 units? Tell me which formula to apply. Second or third, beta? Second. You can't apply the third formula. Tell me why. Because we are not ordering EOQ. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. After few years, no, company thinks, no. We will apply, one sec. I look like an idiot, but I am not. Okay. I am not asking you the questions in serial order. Okay. After few years, company decides, no, yaar, if EOQ is 1000, no, we will order as per EOQ only. Now the question asks you, what will be T if company orders EOQ quantity only? Tell me which formula to apply. I told you, I look like an idiot, I am not. Only for one question you required brains. Rest I asked the things in the order only. You all say sorry. Everybody. Okay. You should be sorry. You are duffers. Obviously, you can either apply second formula or you can apply third formula. You understood what did I speak?
Yes.
Beta, third formula is derived from second only, no?
Yes, sir.
Beta, wherever third formula will apply, second formula will also apply, no there. But not vice versa. Not vice versa. Tell me, third is simplification of the second formula, assuming company follows. Are everybody can speak? No. Third is the simplification of the second formula, assuming that company follows EOQ. So if company applies EOQ, this formula is applicable. This in any case will always apply, no? Okay. So if company follows EOQ and you have to find out T, which formula will you apply? Second or third? You can either apply 2, you can either apply 3, answer will be same. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, let's start with our first question. This is question number, whatever is the next one. Now, the questions are quite cute in such cases, very small questions. Okay, you all do one thing. Question number 5 you read, get me the 2 answers. I know that I should be trying to be reading it, but I don't want to be reading it. Okay. You all know your formulas, you have written, you wrote down these 3 formulas, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you all know the formulas. Okay, don't write anything, just take your calci and compute whatever the question says. You have everything written in your notebooks. Okay, you have got 3 minutes. Get me answers to question number 5, whatever is asked. Every part I wanted answer. You just require 3 things, A, CA, CI. Work out those 3 things, try to come across the answer. All answers are correct. All answers are correct. You all got EOQ as 2000?
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes.
But you got to be finding out 2 things, no, in the question.
Yes.
One is your this part and other is you also had to be finding out T, no?
Yes.
T will be rupees 3000. That's okay? We are starting. Listen. Now, no, in exams, no, just be careful of these small little things. You might be knowing everything, but still, due to all such things, you might lose bit amount of marks. These symbols, no, that I have used. These are not standard symbols. ICA changes them each and every year. I don't know who instructs them actually. So better to be defining what is the meaning of your symbols. Okay, so this first question I'm trying to do with explanation of each and every symbol. Okay, in exams you'll have to be doing that. Okay, might be in further questions I will not be doing because I'm doing that in the first question, but in future in exams especially define them. Okay, so write down over here A, number of units of raw material to be ordered in 1 year. Leave one line, CPU. CPU, that's okay. That is a standard symbol used everywhere, so that's okay. CA is ordering cost per order. I, interest rate per annum. CI is equal to carrying cost per unit per annum is equal to CPU into I. Now, I'm reading the question now and we'll be noting down the things over here. Okay, so let's read. X Limited requires 30,000 units per annum. Tell me what is 30,000 for us? A. So therefore write down is equal to 30,000 units. Further, the purchase price is rupees 10. What is rupees 10 beta? CPU. Rupees 10 per unit. And the cost of placing an order with a supplier is rupees 100. What is this rupees 100? CA. Further, firm finances its working capital with the bank overdraft at rate of 15% per annum. Okay, can we say this 15% will become I, no? So therefore 15%. So CI is carrying cost per unit per annum. So 10 into 15% is equal to rupees 1.5 per unit per annum. Please just ensure one thing, especially in the future questions, not much in this question, that carrying cost is per unit per annum beta. Obviously this is per unit because this is cost per unit. Of course this is per annum because this interest rate is per annum. So just be careful of these small little things. Okay. Now I'm asking you all, what is the required part? Find the quantity that the firm should buy every time so as to minimize inventory associated cost. Means what you have to find out? EOQ. Which formula to apply? 1, 2 ke 3? 1. So let's start to be doing that first. Although one part will still be left, but then we'll do this part. EOQ is equal to square root of 2ACA upon CI. Put in your numbers. Okay, job done. Further. Now see. Also find relevant inventory cost. Can you say here we are asked to find out T, no?
Yes, sir.
Can we say we have to find out T at EOQ, no? Obviously.
Yes.
Okay, second formula, third formula or anything? So anything, right? Okay, being our first question, I am trying to be doing both of them. Okay, so write down. P is equal to A by Q into CA plus Q by 2 into CI Tell me, what's the value of Q that I should write down over here? 2000 into 100 plus 2000 divided by 2 into 1.5. Now these figures, of course, if you compute, first and second answer should be coming same only, because at EOQ TCA is equal to TCI. In case you do not want to apply this, please write down rupees. This is cost, small things, but just be careful. Or you can apply the third formula, square root of 2ACACI. Please apply, put the numbers over here, please. Okay. Job done. Just a question to be getting used to the formulas actually. You all read question number 6. I want answer to part 1 and try to get me answer to part 2 also. Okay. Just you remember A is number of units of raw materials to be purchased in 1 year. Just 1 year. That is one big hint that I have given to you all. Okay. You have got 4 minutes. Get me that answer. Part 1 and part 2. Read them. Everything you all know now. 360 days thing will not even come in your answer. So it will not bother. Why have you asked me that question? Where is the question of number of days that have come? I've asked you for part 1 and part 2. Their number of days are not even required also. Please get me both the answers, please. Read part 2 properly and see what those guys have asked. You don't answer me what you want to, you answer me what the sum has asked, please. Everybody makes the same error. EOQ should be 500. That much you all got? No. No. They want T including purchase cost. Please read that part. Yeah. We'll start it off. Listen. Can you say this particular thing is A, but you still got to be multiplying by 12, no?
Yes, sir.
So therefore, in this case, A 2500 into 12, 30,000 units. CA is rupees 150, I 18%, now part first EOQ. Substitute 500 units. Now listen, second part. In second part, no, what those guys have asked you, minimum total inventory cost. Can you say, matlab, those guys want minimum T, no? Can you say minimum T takes place at EOQ? Is that okay? But they want including purchase cost. Okay, see, my T only includes two types of cost here. One is TCA, one is TCI. So we will add purchase cost separately. Is that okay? Okay, so let's try to be finding out T first. Can you say we want T at EOQ, no? Tell me second formula, third formula, or anything. Anything. So now let's not do by both the formulas. In any case, answer comes same here. I'm applying, say, third formula. Okay. So square root of 2ACACI. Apply the formula, put the answer on extreme right hand side. That should be 18,000 that you all also got. But then further simple things only you all get wrong. Add purchase cost. Now one thing, see. This T includes TCA, that is 1 year's ordering cost. It includes TCI, that includes 1 year's carrying cost. Okay. It includes 1 year's ordering cost. It includes 1 year's carrying cost. Okay. So obviously purchase cost beta you take for the entire year. That's common sense. Tell me, purchase cost for the entire year. Its formula will be A into CPU. Obviously, how many units? We want purchase cost for the entire year. How many units you will be purchasing in the entire year? A. Every unit you will be purchasing at what price? CPU. Please never ever write down that most of you all did. Q into CPU. Beta, Q into CPU will give you one time purchase cost.
Yes, sir.
Beta, this is 1 year's T. So therefore, please add 1 year's purchase cost. So A into CPU. So 30,000 into 200 is equal to rupees 60 lakhs. This is 60 lakh 18,000. Listen, then third part. Third part is number of orders per annum. Can you say number of orders itself is A by Q, no?
Yes.
Okay, so therefore write down number of orders. $30,000 divided by 500 is equal to you place 60 orders at a time. Fourth, inventory cycle, number of days. Now what does inventory cycle mean? I've just tried to give you the alternate words. Number of days after which an order is placed, or how frequently an order for material is placed. What does this mean? Listen, please don't write now. See, you place 60 orders in the entire year. So inventory cycle means after how many days you place an order. In costing and in FM, it will be okay if in this particular case you assume 360 days in a year to get your calculations in a rounded off way. Okay, so therefore what I am trying to be saying is something like this. Number of orders, please don't write. Can we say in the entire year you are going to be having 360, in the entire year you are going to be having 60 orders. Okay, 60 orders. Now see, in the entire year we will be placing 60 orders. Okay, in the entire year there are how many days here? 360. So therefore for every one order you are going to be having how many days here? 6 days. So basically this 6 is nothing but after every 6 days you will place an order. You understood the meaning of this?
Yes.
This is how frequently you are going to be placing an order. Okay, means after every 6 days I tell my supplier that I am placing an order with you. Okay, in most of the cases I prefer to do like this. In case you don't want to be doing like this, I don't have a problem. Instead of number of orders, no, you can try to have units also. Then try to equate units with days. 60 orders means 30,000 units. 360 days. Can I say one order will be nothing but 500 units, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so therefore, how many days over here? 6 days. Now, what I am trying to be doing, please don't copy. Once I tell you, then you will copy. I am interlinking these particular 4 points in one single line. And that interlinking is as follows. After every 6 days, I pick up my phone, I call the supplier. I'll repeat this sentence. After every 6 days, I call the supplier and order 500 units. This thing happens 60 times in the entire year. And my total cost, including the purchase cost for the entire year, is 60,18,000. Is that all okay?
Yes, sir.
That is the meaning of these particular 4 figures that we all have calculated. In your notebooks, you all write down part 4 and write down. Assuming 360 days in a year. Assuming 360 days in the year. Compute please. You can copy down this point number 4. Once it is done, do let me know please. Just a second. Listen. Now, 2 things I've written in shorts over here. You can assume 360 days in a year in costing FM by writing a note for that. Okay. Ensure that A is for 1 year and ensure that CA is per unit per annum. Okay.